But all things aside, as long as everything goes well, it is time to jump into the story and hope for the best. Uh, okay. Is that yet only Stella can decide where her destiny leads. Okay. Picking up right with Trianne. That's tough. Tribios's memory has unveiled the very first prophecy. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Such is the will of fate. If I take on Ornyx's trial, will the prophecy come to pass for me as well? Regardless, I must give Aglaya an answer. Some time ago.
Ah, it's you, Cass. I finished the anthology of poems you lent me. Here it is.
Anthology poem thing, huh?
I thought you'd be too preoccupied to find time for reading.
Yeah, given everything going on.
Precisely because of these obligations, I felt compelled to read it swiftly.
Wouldn't all these preoccupations slow your pace?
On the contrary, knowing that time is limited can push one to overcome their limitations. The weight of these responsibilities seems to have enhanced my reading efficiency.
I mean, that is true. In times of a time crunch, it does actively help out when, you know, you need proficiency and speed. Because, yeah, school assignments and the such,
I
all
understand
that's how it
completely.
works.
During my time at the Grove, the closer exams drew, the more efficient I became at tackling everyday mundane tasks. Anything but my actual studies.
Anything but that. No, no. All of a sudden, all those things you've been pushing off, I'm gonna do all of those.
Precisely. As I remember, you and Finon were both disciples of the new Sporists. I assume that Anaxa's exams were as unreasonable as the man himself, correct?
Damn.
The courses Professor Anaxa taught were Introduction to Alchemy and History of Mythology. And to be perfectly honest, those two courses were the students' greatest nightmares.
I can imagine that, honestly.
The history of mythology, taught by the blasphemous great performer himself. I can imagine their fear.
Now that I think about it, students would often rush to the podium during class to challenge him on those blasphemous ideas.
It is a good way to get the debate and kind of really drill in the knowledge.
May I ask, Lady Aglaya, has your relationship with Professor Anaxa always been like this?
He openly dismisses people's faith and questions the very justification of the Flame Chase journey. Our positions have been destined to be at odds. While you were studying there, I assume you must have heard of his nickname.
A Dromus draped in finery?
Finery?
As I see it, this nickname is more of an insult to the Dromas.
Okay, jeez. I mean, I can imagine, like, whereas, you know, she's part of this, she's already very deep into the prophecy, and he's just outright saying it's stupid. But damn.
Despite his insufferable arrogance, I do hold a certain respect for his nature as a scholar. To remain true to his principles, he is unafraid to stand opposed to the world, and that requires considerable resolve. Anaxagoras' life is almost like a satire. As a Chrysos heir, he refuses to heed the prophecy, while he disrespects the gods.
Yes.
The gods have chosen him.
He was indeed chosen by Circes. Is something weighing on you, Cass? The golden thread is quivering. I sense there's more to this exchange than idle chatter.
Yeah, I wonder how much time passed in this is if she's walking over to have this talk immediately after talking with Chibi.
With all due respect, I'd like to know what you plan to do with him.
Okay.
In light of his assistance in the battle against the Flame Reaver, I am willing to grant him some time to find a way to remove the core flame.
And if he didn't?
However, if Anaxa decides to make any move that places us in danger, I will not hesitate to take extreme measures.
Okay.
Just as I feared.
Yeah, no. We're not really in a great spot.
The Flame Chase journey is the destined path for the Chrysos heirs. Yet he now seems more like an empty shell. Given his strong sense of self-respect, I trust that Anaxagoras will make the right decision.
Still, I can't help but hope for another possibility.
That's the best we can do.
Perhaps Anaxa will also overcome his limitations, now that he knows time is limited.
I understand your stance. Let's continue this discussion another time. But now, let's greet our guest.
Ooh, a guest? Is it us? Who is it?
You're here.
Yeah, okay, it's us. We are indeed the ones here.
Does this mean you're ready to take on Orynyx's trial?
It's a big ask, but... yeah, Mem and me. Us together.
It seems that this sacred beast is just as indispensable, given their intricate ties to the Titan.
Memmy mem, memmy mem 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 mem, memmy mem memmy mem.
Yeah, from a little dog into a sacred beast. Look at you go, Mem.
Surrendering the core flame is a Chrysos heir's duty. Your selfless assistance is deeply appreciated. However, I urge you to carefully consider the risks of accepting the trial. Becoming a demigod means forsaking your humanity.
Yeah.
You will inherit Orynyx's divinity and bear the time of Amphoreus, all on your own.
It's interesting how, like, wondering how that will affect us specifically. It really is.
From that point onward, your fate will be forever intertwined with ours, never to be separated again, until the end of Genesis. On the contrary, you are the only one who qualifies to attain divinity. Yet, for that very reason, I do not wish to pressure you.
It's a very, very big ask, but yeah, is there a plan B?
It's exceedingly rare to find a capable Chrysos heir. If this path proves unattainable, I am
okay.
willing to lower my expectations.
That might not be the best choice either, so, Gosh, that's so much. We chose to come here because it's a new unexplored territory, and it's exactly what we need to, you know, get more fuel for the Express. But we've landed ourselves into such a big predicament.
There are still many priests of Yanissopolis and their descendants in the city. If I'm left with no other option, I'll try to find someone worthy among them.
Seems like a shot in the dark. If I do not descend into hell, who will? Alright, that's it. I am out. I'm not saying that.
Mem worry. Memmy memmy mem, memmy mem mem mem, memmy mem mem mem.
Okay, you know, I thought the Mem was gonna go to, like, try to be super comforting and all of that, and then Mem just goes straight into like, if things go south, you'll be heading straight to heaven because I'm here. So it's not like, don't worry, things will not go that bad, I'm with you. It's just like, nah, you won't go to hell, but...
Mem memmy mem, mem memmy mem 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 hero. Memmy mem mem, mem 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 mem.
Yeah, it's true that they made us connect. They introduced us. So I don't think they have ill will towards us, but we don't know exactly all of the situations given the situation with the swordsman master. Like a child.
It looks like you know that Titan rather well.
So seeing us did it? Kind of like how she so Mem, at least I assume it was like Mem, like showing us the memories with the
Memories that exist
Stellaron
outside of your
hunters.
own experiences.
I can't explain why, but I can vouch for Mem's words. When I was in the abyss, I heard the Titan's groans, full of pain and grievances, yet without any ill will.
I trust you all to make the right call.
Since you've made your decision, go back to the bath chamber and get some rest. Trinem will call for you when the ceremony is ready.
Yeah.
It is difficult for me, as the guide, to absolve myself from blame for things to have progressed to this point. Time and again, you have risen to the occasion for Akima. Nearly rewarding you with some honeydew is no longer able to express the extent of our gratitude. When the dust settles, I hope that we'll have the chance to have a long chat regarding your return journey and the curse of the sky. It's about time that we lift the taboo and discuss things openly.
One can only hope, yep. Not looking great right now, but there is always a chance. Before leaving, let's speak with Castris.
Miss, may everything go well for you and Mem. It's nothing. I only came to discuss some matters with Lady Aglaya. Previously, I lent her an anthology of poems that Lady Trianne had gifted to me.
Okay.
Tracing back, this anthology was something left for Lady Trianne by a bard before their passing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Although personal properties should be cleared out once their owner has passed on, Lady Trianne gave this book to me since she knew how much I like to read.
Could you tell me more about the book?
It just contains an allegory. In a faraway land, in a city known as Styxia, a dragon corrupted by the Black Tide descended one day, swooping upon the city like death itself. It swallowed the princess of the city whole before it was suppressed. After taking down the evil dragon, the warriors discovered that the princess's life had already met its end. Overwhelmed by grief, the queen hired an alchemist to resurrect the princess using the dragon's flesh and blood. However, having lost memories of her previous life, the resurrected princess turned into an evil dragon herself and wreaked havoc on the city. As a result, the prosperous Styxia met its demise.
What a dark story. What a touching story. These options. I'm like a mix between these two answers, but there's not actually one. So, I'll say dark because dark can still capture like all that other stuff.
The author of this book is Archepia, a wandering bard who traveled to many cities. Among the things she left behind are poems, dictionaries, and many tragicomedy scripts. She even clearly underlined and took notes in books that covered myths with her elegant handwriting. While flipping through these books, I felt like I was afforded a glimpse into the life of Archepia.
Traveling with someone, okay.
It felt just like I was traveling with someone that I'd never met before.
Yeah, so, like, like, in her animated short, she was never able to join the kids, but, like, through that experience and having the one, kind of, in a way, hold her hand between the branch, and so she was in front of the mirror, like, mimicking it. It's like, she couldn't do it herself, but she could
It
place
was
herself
as
into
if
it.
she had yet to pass on and was
And was
still
still
alive.
alive. No one goes through life without leaving their mark behind. She probably did not think much of it while she was writing. I mean, who's to say? On that one. On one hand, probably not, but in the other.
That's right. Writing, drawing, and taking photographs.
Hmm.
It seems like human nature to try and leave records of things. Speaking of taking photographs, when I was helping you to take the photo previously, I did not look through the photos in your photo stone out of courtesy. But I'm also very curious about the story of the rosy celestial maiden.
Yeah, thank you for not being like, I'm forgetting his name right now, but looking through the photos. But you're curious about March? I mean, I love talking about March. We love her
Despite
here.
having visited many cities in Amphoreus, I still understand nothing about the world beyond the sky. If there is an opportunity... forget it.
No!
Let's talk about this in the future.
I mean, true. We're a little busy.
For now, I only hope that you'll be able to complete the trial safely and obtain Orynyx's blessing.
I can hope, but I have a bad feeling. I don't think there's anything else to do here. Time to go back and talk to Dawn. Okay, casters. We will be back, and we will have many conversations. And then maybe, hopefully, in the distant future, you will meet March yourself. That is a pipe dream. We have no idea how that's going to go, but again, we can hope.
I'd love to go in and take a look.
Oh, Finon's here. Citizens Assembly.
That's right. Oh, partner, you're back just in time. This is something that the both of you should probably know.
Some good news, more trouble. I don't think it depends. I don't think it sounds like trouble. Let's just talk about some good news.
Good news?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it that.
Yeah, but I want to... when I think of trouble, I'm thinking of we're getting invaded again. Oh, but it's the council. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah, do you remember the Council of Elders that was on our heels previously? It seems like they've made their move.
Some background information for you. The Council of Elders is an authoritative body in Amphoreus, made up of different city representatives. They hold legislative power over the Holy City, and are in charge of presiding over the Citizens' Assembly held once every few years. This is the most important social event of Akima. It is highly influential, and can even affect what happens to the Flame Chase journey.
No, Aglaya does not actually call the shots. They don't really believe in it too much. I've never once passed my sociology class. I mean, true, Stell, we have no idea if you've even taken classes. But, tell me more about the Citizens' Assembly.
Every 5 to 10 years, the Council of Elders organizes a Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud. During the assembly, the representatives will vote on major issues, such as whether the Chrysos heirs led by Aglaya should still hold the right to govern the Holy City, and whether the Titan's conquest should continue.
It sounds like some sort of system to balance the heroes and the mortals.
That is correct. However, the problem lies in the fact that there are ill-intentioned extremists in the Council of Elders. They view the Citizens' Assembly as a way to restrain the Chrysos heirs, and hope to take complete control over the Flame Chase journey.
Yeah, and they want to call the shots and kind of have all this, like, big power of sorts for themselves.
We can refer to them as the opposition. During the assemblies held in the past 100 years, the voices supporting the opposition have been growing stronger in the shadows. It's only thanks to Aglaya that the Flame Chase journey has been able to continue to this day. The Citizens' Assembly is just around the corner, but this time, there seems to be a new variable to the situation.
It's all of the above. Hmm. Anaxa has been a part. Well, I don't know about this debate, but we do know. No, he has been. He stands up against the Chrysos heirs as part of his philosophy and belief. And I know we are a big factor, but I almost also want to point out Mem, because we still know nothing about Mem. Their existence is such a big anomaly in all of this.
Me?
Yeah, I'm gonna attribute it to you. An interesting train of thought, but the Council of Elders have already formed another target in mind. Yeah, I knew it was an Axa, but like my thoughts with the core flame.
I'm afraid that the Council of Elders might
Yeah.
want to take advantage of Professor Anaxa. Aglaya will surely take back Cersei's core flame, but with Anaxa's current condition, it's so unique that nobody knows how taking the core flame away from him will affect him. He has always been someone that is only concerned about his own research. I'm certain that he must want to escape from the monitoring of the Golden Thread and protect himself. If the opposition were to offer an olive branch at this time.
He might go for it, but we did see in the trailer, not trying to go too much into it, but like it seems like him and Castra spoke about something beforehand. You suspect that he might betray the Flame Chase journey and defect towards the Council of Elders?
Anaxa has never believed in the prophecy, so technically it cannot be considered a betrayal. However, he has taught many Chrysos heirs, and has long been considered an important ally of Akima. I truly do not wish to see comrades turning on one another.
I have a better understanding of the full picture now. Is there anything that we can do?
As I believe in his character, I plan to plead with Aglaya and try to buy more time for him. Then, the greatest way in which you can help is for you to know what I am fighting for.
We understand. Thank you for being honest with us. Things are piling up again. We're tied up in Oryx's trial, and while I'm preparing to visit the Grove to uncover clues about the world beyond the sky. It's one step at a time. None of those things seem like they're going to be easy to deal with. It's certainly not. No, there's going to be something behind everything, but let's
Allow me to
just do it
apologize for the
in
fact that we
phases.
always seem to be troubling you. I hope that Oryx will show more benevolence and be more accommodating. I remember that they seemed quite fond of you back in the Abyss.
That's all we can rely on, is that they didn't seem to be reluctant or like against us.
Go and rest and regain your strength. We'll meet at the Vortex in a few days. Oh, right. You can read this scroll if you want to find out more about the Council of Elders and the Citizens' Assembly.
Okay. I don't think I'll be reading all of this right now, but continue to evolve as this book is written. Due to the limitations, this publication focuses only on the current Achaemenid Citizens Assembly, not its future developments. Readers should bear this limitation in mind. Okay. Continued, and then this is, in fact, a lot of info. Yeah, it's a joint effort, which is why it's kind of hostile between the two. It's time to rest. I wish you well on your journey. It's time for us to prepare for ours.
Mem, nervous.
Very nervous. I'm with you on that one, Mem. Not that soon. There are still a few more days until then. Don't worry, everything will be fine. I feel like a sitting duck that has been thrown into the deep end. Let's be positive about this. We got this, guys. Let's just hope that everything goes well. After all, as someone who has earned the gaze of an Eon, you should be able to overcome the trial of a like a regional god. You would think, but yeah, we've also unknowingly gotten used to sleeping with the midday sun shining brightly above our heads. Get some rest. Perhaps a new phase of our trailblazing expedition in Amphoreus is about to begin. A few days later at the Vortex of Genesis.
Esteemed one, Orynyx's vacant totem awaits.
Here goes nothing. I was also going to briefly point out not seeing Trianne with those two. the empty spot is felt.
If you have already made your preparations to become a pillar of Amphoreus, please, step forward.
I love Stell's energy. Gotta go in smug and confident. It's the only way.
Miss, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what I should say to help calm your nerves. Oh, right. Perhaps something like, as long as you can successfully complete this trial, the rest of the Flame Chase journey will be smooth sailing?
Okay, just, struggle through, fight through this trial, and everything else will just be a piece of cake. I mean, that's one way to make me look forward to getting past this, I guess.
No, that sounds a little strange. Don't worry. It won't take up too much of your time.
No, okay, that's...
Don't worry. You'll definitely make it back alive? Oh.
Hey, you tried your best. I will take it for what it is. I appreciate it.
Sorry. It seems like I've made the mood even heavier. In any case, may everything go your way.
Accepting a Titan's trial is a very peculiar experience. I'm afraid that I'm not able to accurately describe it. You can only go and experience it for yourself.
Yep, we don't know what's gonna await us on the other side.
I believe that you'll be able to pull it off.
Little
Okay,
Gray
Trinon.
and Mem, thank you. Your resolves cannot be questioned. We praise your pure selflessness and courage. May Kefali light your path forward. Get ready to assume Orynyx's divinity, Trailblazer.
Yeah. Here goes nothing.
The divine position of Orynyx has already been vacant for some time. We can feel the space of the trial closing. As there isn't much of their soul left, we'll have to complete the ceremony before their soul completely dissipates.
Just a time crunch. Let's do this. I'm long since gotten used to fighting fires.
The eighth core flame coveted by the miracle that once belonged to the great Vale of Evernight, Orynyx. It shall now be returned by the two elected heroes of the Chrysosairs. A traveler who is upright and courageous, and a sacred beast that invokes miracles. Mem.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mem, but now's not the time for specifics.
Both of you, please, come forward. Recite along with us. majesty of the 12 titans, pillars of the world. We seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy.
I don't think I have gold blood.
These are just words meant to make the prayer seem more solemn. Please, focus.
We're not completely part of the natural order here.
And surrender the core flame.
This is still just a super cool place. I'm like stuttering on the S sound so much tonight.
Orynyx. Their soul has been waiting for a long time.
Perhaps they're also quietly waiting for the arrival of their successor.
Wait for my return, my friends. I love you all.
The last time I heard this, things didn't turn out that well.
Okay. You don't gotta ruin the mood.
Don't worry, Aglaya. She's tougher than I am, right?
Yeah. We can do this. Okay, what are we gonna see? What trial awaits us?
Traveler from beyond the sky, let us pray that the Titan acknowledges your worthiness.
Although she loves cracking jokes at inopportune times, her determination is as strong as the Chrysos heirs. She will definitely succeed. While she's away, I would like to have a chat with you, Aglaya.
Yeah, about Anaxa, right? Oh. She would know about it a little bit.
Speak. I'm listening.
Okay.
Slap, slap!
Are you trying to wake me up?
Wake up! How is it? How do you feel?
Wait, I'm sorry, Mem. It took its full sentence. Wait, yeah.
That's right! Look! I don't know what happened, but I'm
Yeah.
able to talk! Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Mem, I'm proud of you. You're speaking full sentences, but it threw me off.
I have such a cute voice! It must be because of all the memories that I collected. They allowed me to grow beyond expectations. Also, listen. The words of the Titan are becoming clearer.
Mother.
Oh yeah, this.
Mother. It hurts. Have I finally reached the end? Are the years of isolation coming to an end?
Orynyx. Oh, how heartbreaking. Ever since the figure draped in the black cloak robbed them of their core flame, they have been relegated to waiting in isolation in such a confined space. We are going to help alleviate their
That's
pain,
if we
right?
can. Yeah, no, that's definitely the plan.
Memories broken. Mother,
Again with Mother.
Mother?
Yeah.
Who are they calling out for?
you.
Okay.
It's you. I remember you.
We met briefly, but
Skyfather has gazed upon you.
okay, literally
Mother
is calling for you. Who's Mother? Yeah. Does Skyfather refer to Fuli? The Titan's words are indistinct, each syllable emerging from the mist seems to be cloaked in frost, symbolizing memory.
Skyfather has chosen you.
Yeah. Who is your mother? A majestic voice pierces through the golden mist, reaching the unseen mountain walls in the distance. Reflecting and returning to your ears is an echo. Within the echo, you seemingly can make out the cry of a baby.
Mother is no longer responding.
No longer responding. We've come to you because of something important.
Something important. An important matter.
Oryx, listen to me. Aren't you tired? Throughout the long years, you have always been protecting the fate of Amphoreus. Each time people draw strength from within their memories, every single ripple falls onto your shoulders. There's no need for you to bear this any longer, Oryx. From today onwards, someone else will bear time on your behalf. This is why we have come.
Freedom.
Freedom. Freedom. I want freedom.
Oh, poor child. Everything will be fine. Let us help you. You can have a good rest now.
It's troubling you, big fella? No. Leave it to us, Titan.
You have potential, strength, willpower, powerful, and tenacious.
Lack something. What are we lacking?
You lack something. Just
One thing.
one thing.
Lacking something. What is it?
Come on.
What you lack is
A future.
a future.
Oh, we're really going straight into that. I don't have a future? That's right, I live in the moment. Time to joke. I would say that, but what the future? Like, yeah, what future? Don't know.
Future?
from the sky.
You should have dissipated already.
Should have
What?
dissipated already.
Is it from like I'm like okay. I'm in two headspaces. I'm like thinking of what we know from the story, if it could be tied to anything of our past. And then also just the mysterious effect of the fact that we were able to briefly come into contact with Casterus. And my mind can't pick which one I'm leaning more towards on that front.
The gaze from Sky Father.
Stabilize.
Stabilize your form.
Ooh, the heartbeat.
Because from the moment you crossed the sky,
Your life was cast away.
your life was cast away.
The minute. So, literally, when we crash landed, like before,
Right now, you
a collection of walking
are simply
memories.
a collection of walking memories.
What? How is that possible?
Yeah. What? Because the moment you cross the sky, that doesn't necessarily imply like because of the crash landing. It could be almost like how March, even though she's not like in the world, like being simply in its field has triggered something in her. Did something happen with us? Oh, and think of, oh no.
The space
Yeah, we're running out of
is
time.
collapsing. Someone must inherit.
Come on, we can.
The
We have to be able to do something. Come on.
If the pillar is lost, the laws of time will collapse. Amphoreus will succumb to eternal disorder.
Revive me quickly. No, the trial. Come on. I know. We don't seem to have a future, but
Never compromises. Never bears grudges. Never forgives. Never makes a choice. Child of humanity. Titans. Mother. Sky Father. Time restrains everything that exists in this world.
Oryx's divinity is dissipating? Is the trial coming to an end?
come on, like this is bad because of the future thing.
Pathstrider of remembrance.
I shall entrust it
My
into you.
strength. I shall.
But now we have a whole nother
entrust
thing to
it
worry
you.
about.
The fate of the world. If you wish to save it, go and find
Your future that has
your
been stolen.
future that has been stolen. Even if that means
You'll have to cheat death.
you'll have to cheat death. You'll have to challenge that.
Death Titan.
A shadow clasped with unyielding fingers.
For the passing of the 15 entry hours, go forth and reclaim your future. Before the passing of 15 entry hours. The true trial of time. Well, shit. Okay, you're finally awake. I'll keep it simple. You succeeded. Ornyx has entrusted you with their divinity. Now you're no different from a demigod of Amphoreus. However, Mem has told me about what happened during the trial. They are still explaining things to the others and told me to bring you back to your room to rest first. Oh, yeah, this like heavy. And this is a extreme version of what we experienced through with Aventurine's POV for Penacony. Almost. Don't sigh. But what's my superpower? Come on. Did I get anything cool while receiving some mentally jarring info? For you to be able to say that even now, you're truly impressive. There's something that I've never told you. When we landed on Amphoreus, our car was pierced by Nikador's lance. Do you remember? Back in the ruins of the abyss, this was what I said. Oh, yeah! You passed out when our car got hit. I blacked out too, but not before dragging you out. It's a good thing we were in the car, or we would have been crushed to pieces. That was your light of the situation. You were severely injured back then, with several wounds still bleeding profusely. I struggled to carry you out, and I used the last of my strength to stem the bleeding. But then, I was also hit by a falling rock and lost consciousness. The last time I checked, you still weren't breathing. But when I regained consciousness, I saw that you were alive and full of energy. So I never brought this up again. I was cracking jokes. Oh. How exactly did I come back to life? We could keep it up, but I do think we need to have a serious conversation still about this. This, in a completely different light, almost sounds like how Ceres was explaining to Naxa. I'm not sure whether the gaze of Fuli has anything to do with this matter, but according to the Titan, you are living in the form of a memory right now. Just like those objects of the past, in the miracles of Orynyx. Perhaps Mem is the anchor rope that ties you to the present. I had assumed they couldn't stray too far from you, but the truth might be the exact opposite. What should we do next? It's not time for us to despair yet. There must be a way to save you. Yeah, we were given a time limit, but there's still we just have to find the one Castris has been looking for this whole time. Yeah, finding your stolen future and cheating death. Considering Mighty's indestructible body, it seems to suggest that there is some kind of miraculous power in Amphoreus that can even reverse death. The key seems to lie with the Hand of Shadow, whose whereabouts are unknown.
Hey,
Oh,
are you
hey.
alright?
As well as we can be, you know?
I heard you two talking about Thanatos. Cass is also very concerned about the warning.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. And you can still keep... Yeah, so doing that trial, Mem can still speak in full sentences now.
She has left the vortex and returned to the garden. Shall we go and look for her? Thanatos is the Titan that Cass has always been looking for. Regardless of whether there are any clues, there's probably no one else that understands death better than her.
Let's do that then.
Oh, right. There's something that I have to tell you.
Yeah?
The Chrysosaurs already know everything that has happened to you. I was too worried, so I told them everything.
No, it's fine, Mem.
Please don't hate me, okay?
They needed to know, and I doubt we'd be able to explain anything properly. These aren't situations where you can just talk about them easily. Maybe she could do it, but not many could. And I guess that would answer Castris's question on why we were why we were fine. Because we're technically just a memory. It's still interesting how that works,
Miss,
though.
I'm right here.
You hear soft steps coming closer, one step at a time,
Please stay there
and
and
slowly turn around.
turn around.
Is she testing something? Okay. For some reason, you feel you have seen this scene before. You want to turn your head, but you glimpse a dash of purple brushing past your face. Then, a chill seeps through your skin, spreading into your veins. Your heartbeat begins to slow. I don't know if I want to give Castrus a scare. That's me going, like, lighthearted of it, but I don't want to give her a scare. I can do that later on my own time, but not now. And then...
Please pardon me.
Oh! A subtle fragrance of an unnamed flower fills your senses, its sweetness making you forget the need to breathe. You realize you are still alive. No, to be more precise, your death was not thorough. Huh. The coldness of the initial touch dispersed as quickly as it came, and replacing it is the touch of fingertips and a tremble born of trepidation and that originated from a certain lanky arm. Her quivering finger gently brushed against your cheek, causing a faint tickle. This must be so scary for her.
Just as I expected. I cannot feel anything.
Yeah, no, you're shaking.
Back at the Grove, I was puzzled as to why you were not affected by my curse. I thought that it might have been the special ability of a traveler from beyond the sky. Never did I expect that this would be the true reason. I'm sorry. I should have noticed that
It's not
something
your
was amiss
fault.
earlier.
Like, yes, it would have been good to have this info earlier, but none of us saw this coming. None of us had a reason to really think about it. It's not on you to have had to be the only one aware.
Miss, if my abrupt behavior just now offended you, I hope that you can forgive me.
No offense taken at all.
I'm just thinking, if your soul has really left your body, as a mortician, I might be able to trace where it has gone to.
And that could help us, if that is how it would work.
Cass, did you find anything?
My apologies. Not as of yet. Perhaps I have overestimated my capabilities.
Who knows? There could be other things to it.
But, Miss, would you be willing to let me try again? This time, I'll increase the area of contact slightly. Perhaps the result might be different this time.
Yeah, there's no harm in trying again. I'm all for it.
I have never touched the living in this way before. If my actions are in any way disrespectful, I hope that you can forgive me.
I will. I will not take any offense. It's totally fine. Is her face more desperate? Did they actually slightly change it? Looks like it a little bit. But yeah, Castrus once again placed her palm on your face. Her shivers calm somewhat this time. Huh? Did you discover something?
I seem to have caught a glimpse of something. Your soul is currently roaming someplace and cannot find a way to escape. But perhaps it might not be a bad thing. If your soul is still wandering around, it means that we still have time. We have a chance to find it before the fingers of Thanatos sweep everything away. Clues. Just a few more. I need more guidance. Ah. The connection has been severed. With my strength, I'm not able to trace it.
Okay.
It was me. I was a little too hasty. Don't worry, miss. Although we currently have no leads, I will do my best to search for the whereabouts of Thanatos, bring back their core flame, and personally return to you the life that you have lost too soon. I know that I'm lacking in confidence, but I hope that you can keep this promise of mine in mind. Before I manage to deliver on this promise, please do your best to hang on.
Will do. And... oh...
Amphoreus needs you.
Live on bravely, I understand, but I'll do my best.
Lady Aglaia and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the paths. They're worried about you too. If possible, please go there and let them know that you're well. Although, I don't actually know whether your current situation can be described as well.
As well as possible.
Also, please accept this Styxian fable. Reading can help one to focus and relax. I hope that reading this can help tide you through this difficult period.
Macy's are disappearing.
Recently talking to
Lady
you guys
Aglaia
again,
and Lord Finon are
Just
currently
this.
discussing.
Yeah. Okay, discuss next steps with Aglaia. I wonder how strict we are with the time. Because if she's not
They're
able to
here.
track it right now, maybe like we just need to give her more time. There could be, if we're closer by, she might be able to sense it, but
Partner! Hyacinth said you definitely wake up. How do you feel?
Stell, like, honestly, I bet you're having a fun time while also being horrified. But yeah.
Well, at least you look no different from the living. I think that most living people don't even look as good as you do.
Well, thanks, you know?
You've completed the trial of time. And I have to admit that the process went better than I expected.
It did, yeah.
Even in the end, that Titan's heart still showed a soft spot for humankind. However, I never expected that. Two people who have cheated death would appear in Akima at the same time.
That's what we have been talking about. Mighty has been in Akima for such a long time, but has no one thought to study his indestructible body?
I don't know if he
If
would
there were
let them
even
do
any
that.
minor breakthroughs, we wouldn't be as clueless as we are right now.
Many have had this idea, but so far, there have been no results. If it were successful, Thanatos wouldn't have disappeared without a trace. Nevertheless, now is not the time for us to give up. At the very least, we can still see a glimmer of hope. Cypher.
Cypher.
If anyone in this world knows the whereabouts of death, it would be her. I'll try and get her to return to Akima,
Okay.
but do be prepared for a less than ideal outcome. Please understand that throughout the history of Amphoreus, no one has ever managed to escape the clutches of death. At the end of time, Thanatos silently awaits all.
You know, comfort is different amongst everyone, but yeah, thank you for the help.
It is my duty. We too require you to bear the divine position of time. But before that, just...
What's wrong, Aglaia?
Omens always come in pairs. A tiny air current will eventually brew into a storm that tears the sky apart. It's Anaxagoras. He has
Oh,
initiated
okay.
contact with the Council of Elders.
Oh, that's probably not going to be good for us.
In the end, it has still come down to this.
I earnestly hope that your assessment of him is accurate, Finan. Otherwise, the efforts of my teacher and I over the past millennium might be reduced to dust because of that great performer.
Oh, and we're literally going to his POV. Okay. Not long to go. Ooh. Where is this, though? Looking at it. Like, the background, everyone, like, yeah, no, there's no person there. It's like a...
I'm back here again.
Is...
I remember this dream.
Dream.
This realm is covered in a silk-like fog, and the land is barren and harsh. The crowd of travelers leaves tracks everywhere.
Hey! Excuse me! What is this place? Where in Amphoreus are we?
That's the thing. Is this almost like the depiction of the border in between life and death? Like, so like afterlife area?
The mutters of the traveler are in a language I'm unable to comprehend. Or perhaps they're just distracted and ignored my question.
Tell me, which Titan reigns over this land? And how do I find them?
The first time I swear they said Akuma. But I don't know there.
Hand of Shadow.
Hand of Shadow Thanatos. Could this
Yeah,
possibly be the Netherrealm?
not. So it's a different place.
Netherrealm.
Then where is this? River of Souls? The outskirts of the Netherrealm? Are you heading downstream toward the Netherrealm?
The Netherrealm.
Nothing but an illusion.
Nothing but an illusion. Titan rejects you, me. Listen.
What? The traveler lifts their wrinkled fingers and remains silent.
The Titan rejects you, me.
I look in the direction they are pointing and listen closely. There. A massive shadow brought the sound of rushing tides. The sound of tides. I can hear it. I hear it, deep within the tides, beyond the closed gates of the Void World. A voice, about to recount something.
Child of humanity. Is it death's embrace you yearn for with such urgency?
Oh no,
Oh, you have awoken. Welcome back to the mortal realm. Your consciousness is dissipating much faster than I expected. Ultimately, it seems like the Titan's core flame is incompatible with a mortal body.
as it seems so far. To be fair, this is probably one of the first cases of it.
How much longer can my consciousness remain in the mortal realm?
In my estimation, at best,
15.
you'll see 15 more entry hours.
Same as what we were given.
15 days and nights.
What is it? Are you finally starting to become attached to the mortal world now?
On the contrary, 15 days feels
little too long.
too long for solving a singular problem.
Hey, you know, this doesn't seem like a simplistic problem, okay?
stop giggling.
No.
It's time for us to go. The messenger from the Council of Elders is almost here.
Let me ask you one more question.
Yeah.
Are you really planning to betray Aglaya's will?
Because there could be more to it. I understand that they are kind of opposing sides because of their own beliefs, but would he actually drop everything altogether? Like through that, like is his disbelief or distrust in things like prophecies really enough to coerce him to work with the elders and not like maybe try to use them for his own type of goal?
What betrayal is there to speak of when I was never loyal to her to begin
Yeah.
with?
You're not necessarily betraying her, but more of the cause, depending on what you're going with this.
What about that white-haired student of yours? Acting so recklessly, do you not care about what might happen to him?
Sigh, but he has a smile on his face. You see that?
There will be a price to pay for blind faith. This is also a lesson for Finan.
You truly
Your mother
are
who
a
granted
strict
me life.
teacher.
That he is. He's actually on
Of
the team.
course. This is how I've always been.
I like running around as Castress, who I've minorly built since my stream incident. But
Looks like it's not a bad time for a performance.
since he's on the team for now, let's walk around with him. I like he knows that the elders also are kind of in it for their own gain though. So I'm pretty sure he has to have his own plan behind this. It's just a matter of what.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lord Inexagaris.
You are interesting.
It's been a while, Lord Inexagaris. I greet you on behalf of all the citizens of Akima and express my deepest regret about what happened at the Grove of Epiphany.
That it is.
It's you. I never expected that you would personally come and meet me.
By carefully into Lantern above, I have come as a testament to the justice of the Council of Elders.
You'd think he would at some point notice.
There are Antikytherans here? They have been a rare sight ever since the Chrysos War.
I wanted to try to say that word because I'm interested, but I would mess that up.
I extend to you my utmost respect, revered Titan. I am Lycurgus, though you may call me Lygus, holding an honorary position within the Council of Elders in Akima, and as the Theoros, I stand to protect the right of all upright citizens to express themselves freely.
You can see them too?
You know about us. We Antikytherans perceive the world through the amplitude and frequency of souls. Just as I am conscious that Lady Aglaya is secretly listening in on our
without a doubt
meeting from afar, if necessary, Lord Inexagaris, I can sever the golden thread to protect your fundamental rights.
That seems pretty strong, actually.
The demigod should know better, for such is her station. Spare those poor threats, and just let her listen to my words. They shall serve only to unveil her own folly.
May I interpret this as you having a countermeasure?
I need not any plan, because she can do nothing other than petty espionage.
Okay.
As the Citizens' Assembly approaches, and with Orynyx's fall, any attempt to capture the core flame within me will only usher chaos and calamity. A truth she undoubtedly comprehends.
Yeah, you currently are holding a lot of power with that.
While I, Anaxagoras, serving as the Grove's special envoy to Akima's Citizens' Assembly, have long known the extent of your abilities. Let's forego the formality of asserting authority, Lord Lygus. Lead the way.
The laugh.
Well. Surely Lady Kindness would appreciate such assertiveness in an ally. She's been waiting.
The
Follow
giggle.
me, please.
Oh my gosh. It just goes straight to, like, it's so loud and just But also, was that the name of the lady who I did not like last time?
Is there something on your mind,
I think it is.
Lord Anaxagoras?
Nothing, really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend to Dawncloud. For the Titans, does the falling equate to death?
Ah, a pondering truly deep. Time is on our side. Do you mind sharing your reflections with me?
While all living beings must ultimately face their demise, Kefali has yet to meet theirs. Their journey continues unhurriedly along this long path.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly passed?
Maybe. There's always a possibility. There's...
Yes. For dying implies an ongoing process, an action, whereas death signifies a static state, a definitive termination. In contrast to mortals, Titans exist on a grander scale of space and time, thus elongating their passage into death. The notion of their fall is but a misinterpretation born of mortal ignorance.
Ah, an intriguing concept, albeit challenging to substantiate. After all, Kefali has maintained
I'm trying to, like,
a,
figure out his tone.
profound silence ever since the era Arasa, while scholars and priests alike have conveyed the message of the gods' imminent fall.
Perhaps the gods, in their arrogance, deemed it beneath them to reveal their perspectives to mortals.
That's one way we can look at it.
Could you elaborate on your statement?
Circes, the kin of the Skyfather as recounted in myths, now resides within my brain. Were I to inquire, Kefali would have no cause to refuse.
Oh.
That very well could be true. But what if the world-bearing Titan still chooses to remain silent?
Well, I mean, that is the world-bearing Titan's discretion.
In that case, the myths crafted by the people of Amphoreus are nothing more than pitiful jests.
I don't know if we can bet that all on one no response, but I mean, I can see where that comes from.
It's worth a try. I believe, and I'd love to witness the fruits of your theory and the change it may bring to this imperiled world.
I'm, like, freaked out. The tone of voice is so good. I'm like trying to be like, what emotion am I really getting from it? Is it like, is there desperation? Is there's just a giddy wanting to know of all of this knowledge? Like, what is it that's getting like covered up with these like little laughs?
Because I completely concur with you on this aspect. If the Titan has indeed met their end, any response from them would be impossible.
Hmm. Oh, I was not expecting a cutscene.
Please, Professor.
Whoa. There's okay.
The children of humanity have indeed created a spectacle.
Yeah, like where'd that even come from? Like I didn't see it until oh, okay.
Welcome to Dawn Cloud. The atmosphere here carries a greater sense of solemnity than the mundane clamor of the Marmorial Palace, with entry permitted only to the invited.
Okay.
Only esteemed beings grace this place, and among them I've received priests, scholars, warriors, and now we even have the honor to be in the presence of a Titan. Oh, what a joyous occasion.
There's some type of like anger or like the deeper emotion coming out of that one with the thoughts of the Titans being here.
Once deemed a blasphemer, now a surrogate for revered divinity. The honor should rightfully be mine, shouldn't it?
I'll notify Kindness and the others of your arrival. Kindly wait for a moment. A soldier will be here to guide you shortly. In the meanwhile, you are welcome to explore the vicinity, but kindly remain within the guard's view. Delaying the crucial meeting is something none of us wish to see, I presume.
I'm well aware of Kindness's methods. There's no need to emphasize that.
As you wish. Your cooperation is much appreciated.
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan from you, but it turns out you just left one cage to enter another.
That is kind of currently what it looks like. Yeah.
Save your concerns. I know very well what I'm doing.
I shall depart to explore the surroundings then. Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my portrait around here. I'm quite intrigued to see how the children of humanity beyond the grove perceive another Titan.
Off you go. I won't be joining you. This Titan appears to be quite at ease. I should investigate the Council of Elders' recent activities first.
Be aware, I can hear you perfectly well from here.
Yep. All your thoughts, I hear them loud and clear. And currently she's not really fearing for anything, so she can afford it. You, though, you're being watched like a hawk. It's not going to be as easy. This view, like straight on. Let's see.
Even blasphemous scholars can come here, it seems.
Looks like my presence here is quite unwelcome.
Not everyone's gonna be happy.
Anaxagoras, I thought that you had died to the Black Tide, just like the other scholars.
Okay. That's a little too hostile. I was expecting it kinda, but damn.
As Kephales's priest, are you not aware of the decorum of respecting the dead?
Yeah.
Surely you jest. You blasphemous heretics are not worthy of respect from the Supreme Being.
Okay, you're one of those extreme. Got it. Damn. They're still living beings. Therefore, stop being like this.
Let me remind you that you're currently in Dawn Cloud, so you'd better keep your deranged language to yourself. I am no longer that altar servant from years ago who could only acquiesce to the commands of others. Now, I have plenty of ways to deal with people like you.
Oh my god. Dude, the only one using deranged language is fucking you. You're sitting here like this is holy grounds. Anyways, I thought you died with the rest of those people over there. Like, damn, you should have died. I'm disappointed. The fuck?
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right now. I can't believe that a follower such as you could have been made by a creation titan. As I see it, a dead titan can't provide you with this level of confidence, right? Then who is it exactly? Could it be kindness?
You. Seeing how fond of you Elder Kindness is, I shall let that slide for now. Leave immediately, and don't impede us from receiving the Supreme Being's blessings.
Whatever you say, man. Okay.
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others, it seems that Kindness is indeed quite sincere toward us. Perhaps this affair will proceed smoother than I had anticipated.
Oh my, what a thrilling confrontation. As expected of one of Kephales's followers.
Are you praising or insulting him?
Why not a bit of both?
Praising him, of course. As a believer of the God of Deliverance, it is only natural that he detests evil.
I don't know if giving away you're kind of disappointed and like kind of upset about your thought of him being dead wasn't real. I'm not like there's like morality issues there, you know?
Didn't you hear me? I asked you to leave. Go as far away from here as possible. Don't mutter to yourself like some sort of madman and disturb my meditation.
Why don't you meditate somewhere else, man? Damn. I guess you like this corner. I'll leave you to it. Yeah, no, I was not expecting them to be kind, but holy shit.
Professor Anaxa! Over here!
Okay, yeah, that person doesn't seem upset. They're also way younger than that old man.
I suppose I can just ignore.
Professor Anaxa? Word has it that the scholars of the Grove valiantly perished resisting the Black Tide. To find you here safe and sound, thank the fates.
You could say it's the fates toying with us.
It's only the Crimnoans and Idonians who chase glory through death. But your survival is a victory in itself. I'd settle for that gladly.
Okay. Quite the different take.
Are you here to report the incident to the council? I heard that after the Black Tide devoured the Grove, Akama would be next in line, even with the demigod of strife standing alongside humankind.
Tell me, how much does the Council of Elders know about the Black Tide?
Once Kindness and her followers learned of Circe's and Orynyx's fall, They proclaimed in the council that the Flame Chasers could no longer stand against the calamity alone.
Okay.
Yet, when the Crown Prince ascended to godhood and repelled the Black Tide, she immediately altered her tune.
All was resolved.
Declaring that all was resolved beyond Akama, with the only remaining menace now being Aglaya and her adherents. They might well make their move at the upcoming Citizens' Assembly.
So, a form of misinformation to get what you want.
No surprises there, those shifty opportunists. Thank you for your honesty, virtuous student.
Being an opportunist could very well be a facet of wisdom.
Shouldn't you be searching for murals of yourself? I've had enough of your prattling.
I was really curious to see how you would find the middle ground between both factions, so I came to listen in. But it seems as though this kindness is much more ruthless than Aglaya. If so, why do you want to work with her? Could it be that perhaps you've decided to readily surrender this hollow shell of yours? Just because you feel like death is fast approaching?
I don't think that's it.
I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed if that's what you truly think.
We may not know exactly what's going on in his mind, but, you know, there's a strategy behind it.
Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
Yeah, no, he's serious about that. He was like, that's too much time, god damn it.
Oh.
What?
Every plant, every tendril, no, even every leaf could be the embodiment of Circe's.
Okay. I mean, that's possible, given Circe's form at the Grove.
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom was portrayed as fruit, to symbolize how they shared their knowledge equally among the masses. Such exquisiteness indeed.
This mural is quite abstract.
Does it appease your curiosity on how they all viewed you?
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself. Now I'm quite curious whether the Reason Titan has studied figures of speech before.
Of course I find such stylistic devices interesting. For all we know, this could be the answer to the question, what exactly are we?
Okay.
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I could look this ugly.
There was nothing wrong with that, okay? It was unique. It had a simplistic charm type feel to it. I wouldn't say that's ugly.
Was this the reason why you failed in your attempt to refine my soul when you were ambushed at the Grove?
Since you are aware of this, why did you save me back then?
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to separate you from the average person.
How do two lunatics coexist in the same brain?
They fuel each other, okay? They go back and forth. Maybe that's how it works.
Therefore, it seems that your journey to Dawncloud this time is not just to seek protection. What, then, is the intention behind your actions?
The entire plan is stored in my memory. So why don't you look there?
Look for yourself, but I'm not saying.
Then don't mind if I do. 1-year-old.
Starting from the beginning? Okay. Really drawing it out.
Oh my. Even a member of the preeminent 7 sages must hug his Dromastal to sleep? How interesting.
Oh my god.
That's enough.
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling. This must mean that behind this toy hides a secret that nobody knows, right?
Behind this boy.
Since our days are both numbered, I don't mind telling you more about it. This is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a doll that was made to look like our family pet.
So there are other members in your family, eh? Are they also living in Akama?
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, continue flipping through my memories.
A little angry, but I mean, the topic might be sensitive, so it's true. If you can see it yourself, just go and look.
It won't take long. You'll discover the answer when you reach the memories of when I was 5.
Yikes.
Oh, the black tide is everywhere. I can't bear to look.
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either. Georios, Aquila, Kefali, and you, of course. Although I prayed to every titan that I could think of for help, my efforts were ultimately futile.
This... Could this be the inception of your research into alchemy?
Indeed it was. Everything started from that verdant courtyard of yours. When I was pursuing my education there, I naturally also came to learn of the Theseus' theory as well.
Oh, I remember that person. He was the one to come up with the concept of souls, right?
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, all stem from souls themselves. This is why I thought that, since all living things stemmed from the same origin, why could I not sacrifice myself in order to resurrect my nearest and dearest?
Okay.
Anaxa, you... I did it, teacher.
Did it?
But this is absolute blasphemy. Regardless of how much freedom the Grove provides, such an act could cause you to be burned at the pyre. Your beloved, where is she now? Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to find her. Otherwise, the both of us will be judged by the Council of the Seven Sages.
Calm down, teacher. My
His
sister. She's still not in the mortal realm.
Oh.
Even to this day.
What do you mean?
It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip
By merely sacrificing an eye.
one eye. Equivalent exchange.
Yep.
All I received for that price was but an opportunity to see her for one final time. Nothing more.
Oh. Let it go, Anaxa. As one of my best students, I cannot watch you go down the wrong path without doing anything to stop it. Never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself. If you can do that, this classroom will still be yours, and you'll have a chance to live out your own life.
Since I was able to see her one last time, I have no other desires. You're right, teacher. It's time for me to start a new life.
I am sincerely glad for you, child. Now then, what topic would you like to study?
I wish to continue Theseus' research.
Continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long since understood his philosophy like the back of their hands. Even if you continue digging into this subject, your efforts will likely be futile.
The last part of that statement, I was like, it's true. If they do know it like the back of their hand, there might not be a lot to draw from or learn new info of. But it almost sounds like he's just deliberately trying to push him off the topic. with how it's like your efforts will likely be futile, like all that. There has to be more to it than that.
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood a single truth. Since ancient days, our understanding of the souls is but the tip of the iceberg. I may have lost an eye, but my view of the world has become clearer than ever. I have grasped the truth with my bare hands. Watch as I turn this farcical world upside down.
Who would have thought such a secret lay concealed beneath that hefty eye patch of yours? However, this story doesn't seem to be connected
I'd say
to your
that they
plan.
aren't related at all.
In fact, I'd say that they aren't related at all.
The answer lies within the tale. If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the divinity of reason to me. After all, it'd be a waste for you to hold on to it.
Jeez.
My story ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me your secret. After all, this is what equivalent exchange means, correct?
As expected, you laid a trap
That he
for me to
did.
step into. Unfortunately, even if I was willing to talk about my past, I may not know more about it than you do.
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned Reason Titan is now admitting a lack of wisdom?
Well, remember,
Your followers are going to be sorely disappointed by this.
we're the ones who chose to, like, revere them and all of that. We don't quite know how they got their titles. Maybe there are just times where things are actually unknown or withheld.
Child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance is the greatest wisdom of all.
And being able to admit it, too.
Now I understand. No wonder you asked me to answer your random, nonsensical questions.
Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on my query. As the saying goes, onlookers see most clearly.
Is that so?
Lord Anaxa.
Oh, our time's out?
I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering whether you were caught in a delirium of reflective thought. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but time is of the essence. I have a message from Lord Lygus. Lady Kindness has met up with the Council of
And is
Elders
waiting
and is
for our
awaiting
arrival.
your arrival, so please depart forthwith.
Yep.
It's finally time.
Carefully. The one who created the world, and the one who bears the world.
Who created the world and the one who bears the world.
If you truly have not met your end, how will you answer the challenges of those who defy you?
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth, there are many people who hold grudges against that Lady Goldweaver.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Is that the dromas draped in finery?
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemers.
Go melt it down.
Oh my
Don't
god.
worry.
Whoops.
He's too full of pride to pay us any attention.
Oh no.
Your
It's
nickname
contagious.
is Dromus as well? You must really like those creatures.
Hello, little butterfly. You're sick of their shit, too? How many waves have we braved, and how many reefs have we crossed? Surely you remember those nights we kept watch on the mast, the pure moonlight spilling over the sails, the ship rocking gently as it glided across the dark sea. In those moments, I even dreamed of becoming a hero. Did you feel the same? Hi, Captain. Oh my god. I can't hear you. Aye, Captain. Oh my. I was not expecting SpongeBob there. Oh, I walked into it too. Okay, it's fine. It didn't happen.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs, and it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yet, in my view, there are only right and wrong perspectives, neither of which can coexist with the other.
What radical thinking. I guess this is why the children of humanity always squabble with each other.
Lord Lygus and Lady Kindness are just ahead. I'll take my leave for now.
Yep, you go do that. It's true. It's like there has to exist two different opinions, and then even then there is some form of coexistence, because sometimes in between a disagreement there is a middle ground. Like, it doesn't curb both, but there's at least a general basic understanding mixed in.
Welcome to the Demigod Council, esteemed guests.
Anyways, hello there.
Lord Anaxagoras. Oh, I've heard so much about you. Head of the Nusporists of the Grove of Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears Circe's core flame, a survivor of the Grove calamity.
Okay. This currently sounds like you're trying to, like, amp us up with all the positivity so we can, be, like, you're buttering us up, like you're trying to warm us up to your side.
Did I miss anything? Well, if so, please be so kind as to enlighten me.
Since Lady Kindness is already well acquainted with me, I won't waste any effort introducing myself again. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette known as honoring guests. The host will welcome their guest with warm hospitality by treating them to fine wine and a cozy bed. And yet, ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gifts. Instead, I am met with intense scrutiny. Even more absurd, the host has sharpened their blade and instructed their servants to lie in wait in the shadows. Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart, retrieve the core flame, and then hold a grand feast for all of the guests.
Everyone, stand down.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar who is not used to the stench of avarice and blood.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the Seven Sages. Your bravery is more than adequate to accomplish our perilous endeavor.
So, you wish to start a war?
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display the rights and metal the citizens of Akima are so entitled to.
Okay, yeah, but I feel like there's other ways. Literally just being, like, calling for war. Like, they are, in a sense, but it's one thing to turn towards these people who currently, as it stands, obviously there could be secrets, there could just be falsities amongst the prophecy and all that complicated shit. But you're basically like, yeah, so they're calling for war to fight against the Black Tide that's coming to kill us all. Well, I don't like their power balance, so let's, call for war towards them. Because I get the need for there to be a balance amongst the heirs and the common folk. That does need to be withheld, like, upheld. But I can't agree with your method.
As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option, well, to that I can only say this. Everything hinges on the next citizens' assembly and whether they have a sudden epiphany amid the clamor of the masses. And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation, you have indeed given us a glimmer of hope.
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying right now is worlds apart from what you were saying before you retired your cleaners.
The smug. He has such a good smug face.
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just a moment ago, you were on the side of the Chrysos heirs. But now that you're an ally of ours, we can continue talking somewhere else. As you know, these walls have ears.
I'm not even going to talk about the fact that you have cleaners in that sense. Like why it points you in a negative bad light.
I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Nusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters and dissenters. Just like how there are two types of people in this world.
Geniuses and
Geniuses and dimwits.
Damn. I will admit, I'm probably more on the latter end of that by his definition.
Welcome back to the hub of the Demigod Council, Lord Anaxagoras. Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged victorious by stoking public sentiment with their words. And yet there have also been innumerable blasphemous philosophers who set themselves up for failure because they refused to defend their actions. This tiny stage is the most profound embodiment of Akama in centuries. In 15 days, this site shall also become the most important, as well as the final turning point in Akama's history. May the both of us carry out our duties with honor and lead the masses back toward the Erechrysia, a golden age with no death, strife, or trickery.
Big talk, but what's the actual plan? How are you going to get this to be a thing?
Oh my.
Yep.
15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise. Could such a coincidence truly exist?
Honestly, I love that you're rubbing it in.
Using death to prove myself fits my intentions perfectly.
What strong conviction you have. As expected of the hero who dared to stand up to the Gold Weaver.
As expected, she misunderstands you.
Well, she's only thinking of things on her end, and right now it sounds like you're gonna do whatever you got for her cause.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the Council of Elders. Don't test my patience with such superfluous formalities.
Well, you say that now, but surely you also require my aid as well, so that you can stay alive even when being pursued by the Golden Thread?
You worry too much. She won't show her hand too freely.
Yeah.
As she still needs to garner support from the masses at the Citizens' Assembly.
Yeah, and she doesn't exactly have all of the heirs on her side on, like, being very drastic with the Anaxa treatment. So I think he actually has more time than he would if you, for example, were his enemy.
Even someone like me can tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains. Surely you're not asserting that she will definitely act in a rational manner.
Ma'am, you were just talking about your cleaners. I don't know if you want to talk about the sliver of humanity that Aglaya still has.
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders to support me as much as possible. Naturally, this includes the guards as well. You're well aware how valuable Circe's core flame will be in the era Chrysia that you are desperately pursuing. Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just a means for each party to acquire what they need. As long as your request is reasonable, the Council of Elders never shortchanges its allies. Since we're both intent on mutual cooperation, let's not mince words and just speak plainly to each other. Let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to sacrifice, like true philosophers, with our words and wisdom.
Let's begin then.
Continuing from the earlier topic, let us discuss our common enemy, Aglaya. She is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama, who has gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time and the ablation of the core flame. A formidable opponent indeed. Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed.
And the trial is something that she would actually care about.
Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here? Are you just trying to pull the wool over our eyes and aid her in her savagery?
She was pretty ready and for having to go that extreme measure. Like, she would do it if she had to.
If Aglaya required a suitably intelligent Chrysos heir, then I'm the best fit for her needs. However, it's quite evident that she has no need for a Chrysos heir who could break free of her control at any time. Since I believe in neither Titans nor the prophecy, there's no way that I would willingly walk on the path that she extols. Given how rigorously she enforces her principles, how would she ever accept a heretic such as me?
Yeah, it's one thing if I imagine he goes off and like questions some of her beliefs, but like he wholeheartedly is fully into the questioning of it. It's not something she appreciates much.
I understand what you mean. At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama. The Council of Elders is willing to defend your right to live, just as we defend every oppressed citizen.
Clearly, we've barely known Aglaya. She's many things from what we can tell. But tyrant, wallowing in extravagance and greed.
However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaya are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as everything that we hold dear, will be destroyed completely. The city will be burned to ashes, and the citizens' blood will be shed.
And it won't if we undermine everything? The Grove was literally just, like, taken out and ruined. by the same enemy that the Chrysos heirs are like trying to fight back and combat against. Like let's say she's like they're trying to get their like more rights over and control possibly over the heirs and all of that. I'm not seeing where she thinks she's right in all of this.
What are you willing to do for our esteemed citizens so that they can vanquish the enemies of our fine city?
Garnering my support is equivalent to garnering the support of the entire grove. I will be the one to shatter Aglaya's self-righteousness. Both are pretty true, but this one screams to me.
Aglaya's authoritarianism, conceit, and arrogance have granted her unfettered control for the most part. Yet these traits are also her greatest weakness. If I can render her helpless by forcing her to experience the agonizing pain of betrayal, I am certain she will never recover from such a setback.
Surely you don't believe that such a tiny betrayal will be enough to push her to her wit's end?
Well, I mean, he said betrayal, not tiny, but we'll see.
What's more, there are many who remain silent, merely watching to see how much chaos I can unleash. Not to mention, you know full well that the Chrysos heirs have never been a united front.
In the name of Kefali, Akama thanks you for your sincere and valuable thoughts. At this stage, it's clear that you and I understand the benefits to be won from this discussion. Let me put it plainly. The Council of Elders has always been renowned for its fairness, and that fairness is built on a foundation of sincerity.
Okay.
The Council of Elders has vowed to all citizens of Akama that it will always remain loyal to them. As for you, my lord, how will you guarantee that you will be able to live up to such earnestness and will not betray Akama's indomitable citizens when the opportunity presents itself? Just as you now betray Aglaya when it suits you.
How absurd. My loyalty is unquestionable.
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven. The fact that the Council of Elders is asking for proof of my loyalty is itself akin to a form of betrayal.
There's some of the snarkiness I'm used to from her.
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you bury the hatchet in a civilized manner.
Oh, yeah.
However, I am afraid that I must interrupt for a brief moment. As the Theoros, I have observed the following. Lady Aglaya, the Goldweaver, is currently on her way to Dawncloud.
Okay, she's coming over here, like, right now.
Oh. Well, I do believe that we might have a slight overabundance of guests today.
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of Elders' lofty residence on Dawncloud, it must still tolerate the whims of the Chrysos heirs.
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this game than I. In any case, I'm glad that she's arriving here. So tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine...
What should I do?
If Aglaya were to demand that I hand you over, what should I do?
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wished to chat with me and had no intention of offending her.
I mean, that would be a way of, at least for if people, some of the people up here didn't favor her, can see how, like, add more fuel to it and then maybe even lead others on to it.
However, by doing so,
yeah,
the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood. Not only can it be destroyed at the slightest touch, but the Council will also lose possession of a valuable core flame. No, more like 2 core flames.
After all,
at the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is synonymous with death will also
Asterisk will be also on our side. Okay, that's interesting. So there, because she's going to be looking into Thanatos because it was her original goal to begin with, but then now there's 2 people in a sense that are tied to it inexplicably. I can speak English, I swear. Who can maybe help her?
Oh?
Or at least lead her to her
How
goal.
can you be sure of that?
Is that of importance to you? All you need to know is that I have a plan. In my opinion, you should be more worried about the impending threat.
That is true. Right now you have someone coming in at high speeds.
If Aglaya can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop tomorrow. If that happens, the discussion that we've just had will turn into an utter joke instead. Is this the outcome that you wish to see, Lady Kindness?
Fine. I will handle this matter appropriately. But you do best to remember this. Fool the people and karma will be on your tail. I'll overlook it this time, but don't count on there being a next time.
Ah, yes. Thank you for showing your kind hospitality.
Unless, of course, you crave cruel punishment and consider suffering the perfect state to ponder the true nature of souls.
Well, what do you know? That happens to be one of my rare talents.
We shall see, then.
Ah, I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again. But shouldn't you be going after more?
Huh? One piece at a time, maybe.
Dying to know what I'm after, hmm?
Oh, probably without a doubt.
I mean, I'm the reason Titan after all. It is in me to ask and seek answers.
Easy there. You'll learn the answer soon enough. I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. It's as they say, onlookers see most clearly. The true masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros, who watches over everything.
Okay. Yeah, speaking to her was a mere formality. Now for the real discussion.
An expected visitor. Welcome once again. You know, you could actually skip all the pointless debate and come straight to me to seek an audience with Kefali.
Damn, it's like you could have skipped that whole, pointless thing. I was listening in, but...
I have no reason to refuse you, do I?
You may not, but Kindness has. Whoever gets hold of Kefali's core flame will get to rule over Akama. She's wary of me, so naturally I had to gain her trust. I would say that debate was not at all pointless.
Very true.
In my view, this individual has gone to great lengths to get close to Kefali. He might very well be plotting something nefarious against the Titan.
I mean, definitely had an interesting tone when talking about him.
Are you still willing to let him pass, knowing this?
Yes, very much so. All living creations are always free to visit Kefali's transcendent vessel. This comes with being the World-Bearer.
How convenient it is to be able to hear what they say.
It is truly my honor to speak to a venerated Titan in person. Please, go ahead. Let me join you both on this journey. Oh, a bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefali once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the holy mountain. Their followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
Okay.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Ah, yes, yes. Thank you for, joining me here.
Hymns are beyond me.
These two bicker, it's kind of fun. But also, I know I can't even be like a quarter of the way through. And if I am, that's crazy. But also, my PC issues apparently impeded my energy levels. Okay. Again, this view. Jeez.
Go on ahead. Take this Yanis shortcut, and the long pilgrimage stairway will be waiting for you at its end.
I have to admit, I never expected you to not ask me anything. Not even my motive.
Because I know
Very well
what it is you are after. As the saying goes, a gentleman helps others achieve their goals. I have a feeling that your theory will be validated at the end of this journey.
Okay.
I believe Kefali will not deprive you of your right to ask your question, especially now that you're on the brink of death. You must be closer to Kefali than anyone else. Wouldn't you agree?
I hope things go as you say, then.
Putting a child of justice into a farcical world is bound to turn it upside down. It is my hope that you bring a much-needed change to this world which is on the brink of destruction.
Yeah, no, it's honestly one of the best parts of him speaking. It throws me so off and like really gets me thinking.
Honestly, this is my first time going up to Dawn Cloud's peak.
All the whispers going on in the background.
What a splendid view. Isn't it about time you recognize the magnificence of us Titans?
Give him another, millennia. Like a whole extra lifetime, Circes, and then maybe he'll start siding with you.
Well, I don't see how this place is different from those temples in the city. All they have are magnificent facades. And even though I've come this far, I'm still doubtful about getting useful clues from him.
I must be getting ahead of myself to be expecting to hear something nice from you.
You are, okay? Maybe at the end of his journey. Right now, though, no. You're just gonna get, amazing comebacks.
Oh? Haven't you been in my head for some time now? It's high time you get used to how I feel about things. Alright, we're just a short hike away from Kefali. No time to waste here.
Yikes.
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If Amphoreus gets a new lease on life, you should focus on strengthening your body and stop shirking social interactions.
Damn.
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight. Can you make it?
Why? Are you going to carry me up if I were to fall now? I know how far I can go, so just hold your tongue and come along.
Fine then. I guess I won't say any more. I'll just wait till your soul dissipates completely to gain control over your body.
Fine then. I won't check in, see how you're doing. I'll just like bide my time and then snatch your body.
Wait.
Yeah, no, they just sass each other.
Is that?
Yeah, Cersei's.
Cersei's?
Yeah, it's a different like it's. Is it a past reflection maybe?
Hey, look at that.
Huh?
But she doesn't see it. Okay. So it's something only he can see in the moment.
Am I hallucinating? Or do we even get to see souls when we're close to dying?
All the whispers in the background are like kind of freaky.
Oh? Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip,
Nice.
Nias?
Okay, so we're actually question mark, because is this actually Cersei's? But then speaking to Nias.
Nias? I know I've heard this
For
name
Strife,
somewhere.
yeah.
Huh. It's unfortunate. The Black Tide destroyed every last inch of my calyx.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios, from their prized ores and molten fire, couldn't escape the fate of destruction?
Hey, Cersei's. Do you know a certain Nias?
Nias? No.
No.
Not that I remember. How did you even think up such a strange name?
Okay, so Cersei's doesn't even know the name whatsoever. But then again, there's something, like, Cersei's mentions that there's stuff that, like, part of her secret is, like, stuff that even she's not aware of, so.
I just saw him. Nias. A warrior-like figure who was just chatting with you here.
Or at least what looks to be you.
No, I have no such memory. Could you be hallucinating?
This is a departed spirit?
Yeah, like, I don't completely trust it. Like, let's say even if she's not completely lying, she's omitting something. Yeah. The fact that she couldn't think of anything, even from the description of Nias, like, let's say even if she didn't know the name, possibly, it's odd that she couldn't maybe infer. I don't know. It's getting closer and closer. Oh, there's another hand over there. You're the one who's close to saying mem now, little buddy. These two again. What are we gonna hear this time?
Enough about me. Did Kaos ever reply to you?
Kaos.
Well, regrettably.
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought.
Price of becoming a demigod.
Kaos. Demigod.
Yeah, what's...
I've never heard of this person. Which Titan's authority did he inherit?
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way, I doubt he'd snub his old friends, would he?
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Hey! Are you seeing that same hallucination again?
Yes. It's still you and Nias, but you're now talking about a certain Kaos. I'm guessing he's one of your companions?
Kaos?
Sounds just as
name
strange.
sounds just as strange to me.
Like, on one hand, the part of still thinking she might not have any idea, like maybe we're hearing it in the names that others would know, but then it wouldn't make sense for this new identity, this Kaus person, because it's not someone we've met.
Never mind. I think I know what this is about.
Okay.
If things are as I thought, then they aren't hallucinations, but the souls of people.
What? But if those are the souls of the dead, then what am I?
That is a very good question.
Beats me. For all I know, you're just an illusion I conjured up in my dying moments.
That we managed to see. That would be very intriguing. To be fair, though, we ourselves are apparently just like the memory right now. So
let's just keep going.
Anything's possible.
As long as I take in more sights and hear more stories.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I might not be able to save you.
I'm fine.
They made us skip that. I just got curious because it told me to offer here. Never kneel to false gods. Yeah, there's a lot more of them just lining around here now.
Go melt it down.
The flames just popping up. I see you guys. I'll be back for you. It hurts me not to collect you on site, but I have places to be.
So, we meet again. I'm sure you wouldn't mind a snooping ear.
Yep, what are we gonna learn now? Just a little bit before our goal.
Can you keep going?
Of course. I'm just... If I knew we had to climb a mountain, I wouldn't have come along with you.
Well, you never asked. You just decided to join along.
I guess this also counts as one aspect of the world-bearing burden. If Amphoreus does have a next life,
I may want to get your body in
to
shape.
get your body in shape.
Oh. Isn't that like a similar line to what Cersei said to Anaxa? Like different setting and phrase, but like similar.
Keep
context.
your sarcasm to yourself.
I'm not getting anything of value from them.
I would sooner throw myself off this cliff and hit rock bottom than exercise even a little.
Okay, damn. That seems a bit extreme.
I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all.
Yeah, Calypso
Training would make me no different from those Helcalithist barbarians.
Yeah, Calypso, that's the name she... Yeah, no, she really hates exercise. Like, okay. Damn.
Calypso. She's one of the Seven Sages. A member of the Grove? No, she can't be. I would know her name if she really were one of the Seven Sages. Hey, Cersei. Does the name Calypso ring a bell?
Come on, Cersei. You should be able to recognize this one. This is the fake name you gave us and Castris. So come on. Wait.
Cersei's?
Or she's just gone. Okay.
Gone. Doesn't matter. I can do this myself.
There has to be a reason for the sudden disappearance.
Looks like I'm nearly there now. The land of the dead.
The flames each time. Okay.
Oh, beautiful old world. Where are you now? Oh, legendary era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk. Alas, all that's left of that warmth is a hazy mirage.
Why are you chanting that too?
Well, here goes nothing.
We're here, finally. So, I don't get to ask the Titan my question, but all of you make for a pleasant surprise, nonetheless. Very well then, let me uncover the truth for myself. Did I still fail to make it in time? Huh? So, I'm back here again.
Okay. Back in this space.
This is... I can hear it. I hear it from the depths of the tides, behind the closed doors of the void world. A voice
ready to tell you
ready
something.
to tell me something. This time, the voice is a lot clearer than before.
Oh, I love how they're doing this too. The art for Amphoreus has been really cool. But yeah, so let's again we're with Cersei's and Naias.
Since we've come this far, let's just wait.
Ooh. The background. Yeah, no, and then the background OST kicks in. Oh!
Lord
Oh!
Naias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to visit Chaos too?
You... Oh, okay.
Yes, and we've been waiting for quite some time now.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst-case scenario is that he's already been overwhelmed and crushed by the world-bearing burden.
You're overthinking, Lord Naias. I can still sense Chaos' soul in the area. And besides, we both know Chaos' nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily, much less give up on all that he holds dear. Isn't that so?
Yes. I have faith in him.
That reminds me. Why are you making this trip alone, Polixia?
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the flowers are fine.
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else. Yet you are born only to take over Thanatos' divinity.
We were born only to take over Thanatos' divinity. Ooh.
Everything that I see and hear this time has left me shaken to the core. What may seem like a mundane conversation is in truth a once-in-a-lifetime exchange that has revealed the ultimate answer to Cersei's question. The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. Next, I only need to seek verification from Kefali. By doing so, I can answer Cersei's question and reclaim my body. But no, I will not do that. That isn't important. Because another one of my conjectures, one that I have always dreamed of proving, has been proved right this very instant. Fusing a mortal soul with that of a Titan
to replace said Titan.
It's not ludicrous. Yep.
It's not a ludicrous idea, after all.
Oh, wait, we're going to Don Hung's What? Oh, and we're with Hyacinth, yeah. We did want to head back to the Grove. They need to stop cutting us off right at the end, okay? I know it ties in, but okay.
What are you thinking about?
Just amazed at how this towering tree is Circe's divine body. It's a majestic sight.
Is that so? You don't look the slightest bit amazed, though.
Yeah,
Plus, you seem to be strangely familiar with the city around the Great Tree.
Merely something from the past that I won't go into.
Events of the past, huh? I was also a child when I looked up at Circe's. Their leaves and branches reflected the sparkling stars, and their trunk was like a pillar that supported the sky and ground. I stood at this very spot back then, imagining the day when I could climb to the top of this tree, because I would be the closest I can be to the sky at that spot.
You're a sky priest, yet you study at a place that is home to the Reason Titan. That's rather counterintuitive.
Don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach Aquila's realm? They're a strict and draconian god. Nothing like Circe's. Reason is willing to share what is theirs with others, but Sky only expects people to revere them. You get what I'm saying, right, Denny? After all, the Titan that imprisoned you and Grey here in Amphoreus is none other than Aquila themselves.
Yes, I didn't count on provoking the ire of a local god.
But there will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a wealth of research on Aquila, and that is exactly what we are here for. It's just... I never thought Grey would meet with something like that before we set off. As a physician, I should have been there by his side.
Bad luck tends to come in strikes, so don't beat yourself up over it. Besides, Aglaia needs you here to uncover the truth behind what happened to the Grove. Let's just make the most of this trip and keep a lookout for any documents related to the Death Titan. They could be useful.
Yeah, there is no rest for the weary, huh?
None at all.
In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove. Let's split up to cover more ground. Danny, with your skills, I'm sure those monsters born of the Black Tide will pose no threat to you anyway.
What about you? Will you be alright on your own?
Have you forgotten that you're talking to the chief physician of the Twilight Courtyard? Have more faith in me. I'll be just fine.
Love the confidence. The silence in here is near deafening. With the vast amount of knowledge it holds, this academy is akin to a labyrinth of information. Even the cleverest of scholars would easily lose their way in here. I should gather my thoughts before heading in. How to leave Amphoreus, Amphoreus' Titan mythology, and Stell's plight. In the myth, Aquila, the god who reigns over the domain of the skies, is a colossal bird that overlooks the world beneath them, with hundreds of eyes. As long as they continue to soar above the clouds, the people of Amphoreus will remain trapped on the ground. Hyacinth's forebears were priests who worshipped Aquila. Nobody is more familiar with taboos of the Sky Titan than her. Seeing how Aglaia has sent her here as a guide, It's possible that she plans to have Hyacinth take on the trial in the future. In Amphoreus, Titans are a common topic of discussion. People create myths that, in turn, conceive Titans. It's a tricky task to keep an objective view when among the people of Amphoreus. Is there a way to step out of the situation and look at it from a different perspective? Kind of wanted to actually hear that last one, so I think I can do this, but... Guided by the prophecy, the heroes are on a quest to reclaim the core flames and usher in the Era Nova. Their efforts have seen gratifying results to date. As I expected, the prophecy is the hardest to make any sense of. But with barely any information to go on, no matter how much I ruminate on it, it won't yield any results. I should leave this for another time. Nobody could have ever imagined that Stell's life would be forfeit the moment we landed on Amphoreus. I should have done more to keep her safe, but it's not too late. We still have a fighting chance. The unique rules that govern life and death on Amphoreus might just work in our favor and save her. The Grove is a veritable library of knowledge. Maybe they'll have records on a similar case? Please let there be one. He shouldn't... Oh, that... Like he said, no one could have seen that coming. Like, getting struck down in the crash. So... He already did what he could. The clock is ticking. I should search for clues. I like keeping aventurine, but technically, for casters, we need a sustain. I've been trying... Gallagher's level 80, but he's not built, so... This feels criminal. Okay. No, that's the wrong way. I know the Grove. Hyacinth's leading me the right way, I promise. Walk on the tree branch. Yeah, the Black Tide enemies are still here. Kind of cleaned up here now. Black monsters are twisted in form, and their life has turned to ash together with their souls. It's impossible to figure out their form when they were still alive. These are the remains of a black tide monster. It does look different from the Titankin from up close. What's that underneath it? A scroll? Between... Oh, the scholars. Just blind masses manipulated by an ambitious politicians who dared challenge the Titan's authority? Scholar's true purpose. Making a mistake does not mean the act was meaningless. Even though students new to the Grove understand this from basic logic lessons. An entire city-state reduced to ashes proved the skyship's construction was a mistake. To me, that's precisely the meaning that they achieved through sacrifice. Am I hearing this right? Such a statement. Are you converting to the veneration? Yep, that? No, I'm simply explaining the matter from another perspective. As I expected, the Grove doesn't forbid discussions about the sky. It's a debate between two scholars about the sky ships. Aglaya also made a mention of the ships when she interrogated us, a memory I'd rather forget. I'll hold on to this for now. With any luck, this journey won't leave us empty-handed. Are we gonna make our way all the way back up to the top? Because we're heading to where we first saw one of, Oh! Hyacinth is here, just with a bunch of enemies. That's Hyacinth. Why is she surrounded by so many monsters? As much faith as I have in her, it's probably a good idea to help her out here.
Really now? This is way more trouble than I could have asked for.
Need a hand?
Or you could sit back and watch.
Damn, like I said, her confidence. Okay, I had no idea how I was gonna feel about Hyacinth, and then ever since she's been introduced, I've loved her. I can't tell if you're serious or not, but being hard to read isn't worth without its perks, I suppose.
I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a hand, pretty please. All right, now let's get him.
Let's go. She's so confident in the screen crack. It's just making her look derpy. Okay. What happened? There shouldn't be this many monsters here.
The Black Tide is remarkably quick to detect the light of Amphoreus. So or rather, the blessings of the Sky Priest in me, might have unknowingly called them to me.
Whoops.
Anyway, never mind that for now. Here, you might want to have a look at this. I found it around here and thought it might be of interest to you.
Oh, number 2, okay. Well then enlighten me. What exactly do you mean by examining from another perspective? Simple, you see. When we stand normally, the sky is above. When we stand on our heads, it's below our feet. I don't even want to know what kind of situation inspired you to make such an exalted theory. By the way, I have a student who loves to write satirical comedies and once wrote about a fool who could not figure out a question no matter what. As I said, there's no reasoning with you. You're like dromeses, huge yet always gazing downward at the earth. While I want to be able to want to be the wasp that stings the dromus. What if that state tyrant's defeat simply proved that among all the paths to Aquila, the skyship was the wrong one? Anaxagoras, you impious blasphemer, mark my words. You will eventually answer for your sacrilege. I doubt your students, or that young teaching assistant girl, have any idea what secret research you're truly conducting. He's the scholar who fused himself with the core flame of reason.
This is new. I didn't know Professor Anaxa was researching the sky. He's never mentioned anything about it.
Kind of kept that one to himself, his own cards. Finon said Anaxa might be opposed to the flame chase journey.
Might is an understatement. Yeah. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophecy. People have come to think of him as a heretic, even in a place as liberal as the Grove.
He's so strongly opposed to it that even people who are like here to debate and are open to discussion are just like, nope.
Yet, it is also this very blasphemer that Circe's favors. Fate sure works in mysterious ways.
I picked up a scroll on my way here too. It looks like it may be related to the one you're holding.
Oh? Let me have a look.
Combines both records together.
By the looks of them, these scrolls are records of 2 conversations that took place in the same setting, one after the other.
There's still much I don't know about the Grove. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, go ahead. Nearly everyone in Amphoreus has heard the story of the skyships by now. Aquila's stature is loftier than the heavens, and their divine retribution is merciless. That's why it's no use building giant skyfaring ships. Oh, but I do wonder if a supercharged mini treaty cannon could slip past their watch.
I mean, that would be entertaining to see, but also horrifying in case it didn't work. That was a joke, right?
Newsporists primarily study the application of alchemy in soul repair. Everyone considers Anaxa a blasphemer, but that has never stopped him from sharing his ideas, no matter how taboo. If you must say that he's hiding something, then it's likely what lies beneath his eye patch.
Yeah, what we got to see. But yeah, no, the terrible version of the Trojan horse.
Anaxa often says that every failure brings us one step closer to the truth. Perhaps, to him, the crash of the skyship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable. On the contrary, it was precisely because the skyship represented the first step toward breaking free from the shackles of the earth that it provoked the wrath of the Sky Titan and brought divine punishment upon itself. It's a shame that the majority of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists, with sacrificial rituals making up a predominant part of their findings. Discourse about more esoteric subject matters in relation to Aquila dwindled even further after the skyship incident. So much so that even the scroll is completely new to me.
Don't worry about it. We'll just collect everything we can and find on the Titans for now. There's something else that's caught my attention, though. This says that Anaxa is conducting secret experiments of some sort.
That's what I'd like to know. What are these experiments he's involved in? Even I, the assistant lecturer, know next to nothing about them. I have a bad feeling about this. Could there be more to what happened at the Grove?
Without a doubt, there's about to be more to it. Bye, enemies. We don't have time for this. Okay, this place looks a little bit different than I remember. The heartbeat in the back is not comforting.
A place where the Grove stores its collection of tomes. Other than books written by the 7 schools, you can also find philosophical texts, ballads, and religious writings from the Outlands here. Cities that desire to learn from the Grove were apparently expected to contribute knowledge of equal value to what they sought. We've had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes over the years. For instance, it's said that the Erythrocheramists once borrowed a manuscript from a certain author, but ended up returning a copy instead of the original. What's more, the original manuscript was supposedly then hidden here.
That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do. Not at all.
Nice? No need to hold yourself back, Danny. You can just tell it like it is. Their behavior was no different from bandits.
Well, if you don't mind, did the Grove ever rob Castrum Kremnos?
Whew. You've got me there. Some said you couldn't even find a dictionary in Castrum Kremnos, so I guess they were spared. There are too many books in the Library of Philia. Flipping through them all will take too long. Why don't we use the biblioslate to search for the texts we need? We can bring them back to Akuma for reading after that.
Agreed. This place isn't safe. We should leave as soon as we're done. There are still several more scrolls strewn all over the place. I'll gather them while you pull up those texts. This way, nothing will be overlooked. Back to the same area where we met Circes the first time. A record of the many research topics a Capri scholar had applied for, and the replies from their school's sage about these topics. Not approved. Imitating the growth patterns of nearby white dryads. Permission to research. Reply falls under the domain of the Lotophagistus School. Not approved. Investigating the feasibility of placing flying birds into rocket tubes to guide the direction of the rocket's flight. Permission to research. Reply, too fanciful. Not approved. The subsequent topics grew increasingly crazy, yet the outcome of the replies remained unchanged. Impressive tenacity. Hopefully it helped him survive the Black Tide. These are the complaint letters from the scholars about Anaxagoras' the blasphemer. There's a thick stack of letters. Based on the dust accumulated in the perfect intact seals, the complainee did not even bother opening them and just chucked them aside into a corner. This is about Anaxa. I should read this. Hyacinth, you should come and have a look too.
Ugh, it's so dusty in here. Whoa. Are these all complaints about him? I can already see what they must have written. Anaxa has no respect for the gods. His very existence undermines order in our society.
Under the change in voice.
Things like that.
Does Anaxa hold that much influence?
Why else would they call him the great performer? When Anaxa established his school of thought, the first thing he apparently did was read his own work to everyone.
Damn, hey, but confidence, and maybe it was a really good work.
Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created by gods are indubitably perfect, but what of Amphoreus? Only foolishness and insensitivity everywhere you turn.
An uncanny impersonation. What happened after?
They marched him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish.
Damn. They were like, yeah, no.
Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address every one of the scholar's allegations, or face expulsion from the Grove. The first allegation was... Do you agree that since the Titans created the heavens and earth, so the mountains, rivers, and seas must likewise be their creations?
Am I supposed to put myself in Anaxa's shoes and answer that? Hell yeah, go with it. As told in the myths, the seas, the skies, and the earth are all, beyond the shadow of a doubt, creations of the Titans. I don't know.
Anaxa would have probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way. Instead, he quoted past instances of the Flame Chase journey and posited that humans have the potential to take over the divinity of Titans.
Okay.
Needless to say, his critics didn't take kindly to his answer, so they followed up with a second allegation. You claim to be studying souls, yet you are, in fact, defiling them and committing acts condemned by the gods. Do you admit it?
Defiling them. Did he really do that?
Anaxa always wears an eye patch, never removing it, even when alone. Some say he used one of his eyes as an alchemical ingredient.
Well, we saw earlier.
Every being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kifili, and this is even more so for the Chrysos heirs who have divine blood coursing through them. If he has really done something of that nature, then it'd indeed be sacrilegious.
Which is what his teacher was telling him.
Thankfully, they had no way to prove it, so it amounted to nothing more than an allegation in the end. One by one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge him. Toward the end, a scholar asked him, "Anaxagoras, have you any respect for the gods?" It was only after a brief silence that he answered, "I have never denied that titans are meant to be noble constructs."
What he didn't say, that the Titans are not noble, rings louder in this case.
Yes. I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved, but what's for certain, at least, is that Anaxa was allowed to stay in the grove where he continued his research, despite being regarded as a heretic. By the way, this stack of complaint letters has reminded me of a place in the grove. We may find clues there that aren't on the teleslate. I'm talking about Anaxa's alchemy lab, hidden between the cornerstones.
We would get the most direct, answers, or at least, evidence around there. Given the Grove's meticulous approach to archiving, could there really be such an oversight right under their noses?
It's a well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, excluding the nominal chief sage, each has a private sanctuary where they can conduct research undisturbed in their free time. Even the administrators of the Library of Philia are restricted from accessing those places and documenting the sage's research. But with the grove in this state, I'm sure Anaxa won't be mad even if we sneak into the lab for a short while. Right?
Yeah, I'm sure it's all fine. There was this one, covered in annotations from many scholars. Its title is The Art of Sophistry, 40 Ways to Improve Your Debating Skills. Virtual causation, false premises, contradiction, conversion, conflating prevarication, and reality misinterpreted punctuation. Okay. A true eye-opener, the art of language knows no bounds. Employ brute force. This isn't going to be of any help, that's for sure. Yeah, no. We found what we needed. It's already... I can step on it, I swear. Let me go. I will employ... Oh, I can't? That's rude. But I should be able to. Oh, look, it's moving. It did it. I just need to walk away. There we go. It just didn't like me for a moment. It's all good. It's fine.
This is the place, but where is everything? Materials for alchemical experiments, matrix diagrams, and even the seal to the lab. They're all gone. Did the Black Tide destroy it all?
Would the Black Tide do that, though? Would there actually be a purpose behind it? No wonder we didn't see any defense mechanisms along the way. Have you ever been here before?
No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre materials. Students often saw him walk in looking right as rain, but come out covered in soot with his hair singed. Naturally, no one dared to come near this place.
Yeah, no, they're probably terrified.
Huh? That bookshelf over there seems to be the only thing still intact.
Okay, did we get lucky with finding? These are the materials requested by Anaxagoras. Documents from various fields have been compiled in one place, including Titan creations, the universality of the soul, alchemy, doctrine, and so on. Most of the materials look to be within the research domain of the Norsporus school of thought. However, a document titled A Study of the Chrysos Heirs background is mixed within. The Holy Maiden of Yanasopolis, Tribi, Trian, and Trinon, descendants of the Holy Maiden from the Temple of Three Fates. Gold Weaver Aglaia of Akama from the Nestia priestly family. The Prince of Castrum Kremnos, Hyacinth of the Twilight Courtyard. All of their ancestry have varying degrees of connection to the divine titans of their divine authorities. Does the golden blood come from the heritage of a priest's families or royal bloodlines? Anaxagoras. I myself show no such connection. Kefli, the creator, what criteria did they use to create the golden blood to shape the Chrysos heirs? Yet Castris, the servant of death from Idonia, her lineage is neither Titan priest nor demigod, but she has walked the earth for at least a millennium with the power to grant death to humans. Where did this power come from? Another text speaks of the dragon legends of the where the book that Castris had that Trian supposedly gave her. The alchemical extraction of a soul ripped from the dragon's corpses is intriguing. Dragons appear to be the Titans' creations. Perhaps there's a way to reverse the process using alchemy to refuse human souls with Titan creations, increasing the purity of and divinity of golden blood towards the absolute. Experiments to be arranged.
What's going on? Anaxa is conducting research on our friends in Akama and me?
Seems like it, yeah. This journal contains several intriguing points. To hold special interest in the divinity coursing through the Chrysos heir's veins, and has even conducted a thorough investigation into the hero's background.
It wouldn't have been so strange if he had focused only on Cassie, given her own curiosity about her origins. Plus, considering that the new sporists have crafted omnipotent medicines capable of curing diseases, it also makes sense that he would conduct research on immortal Chrysos heirs. But now, it seems Anaxa's objective was never to create medicine, but to identify the origin of the golden blood and figure out its inner workings.
Through alchemy, Anaxa aims to refine the golden blood in the Chrysos heirs to a degree of purity equal to divinity. This must be what he means by close to true purity. But treating both Titan creations and the human body as materials to be used in alchemy experiments? That's rather extreme.
Danny, look at this.
I have a bad feeling.
I have a bad feeling about this.
The previous approach has flaws. Fusing human souls with Titan creations does not purify golden blood. Even pure Titan creations are contaminants to the Chrysos heir's golden blood. Soul fusion between humans and creations merely repair impurities of the soul or maintain a connection for to dying souls. While creation myths tell us that Chrysos heirs and other creations were all made by Titans, their nature differs fundamentally. The Titans' creations are no intermediate products of an alchemical process, and the Chrysos heirs are closer to the Titans than the creations. In other words, I should not have considered Titan creations equal to Chrysos heirs. The hypothesis I should focus on is one pointed towards the Titans themselves. Such rare chances to study Titans demands a meticulous selection of research subjects. Living Titans prove impossible to restrain, and dead Titans offer no insights worth pursuing. But dying Titans, they are the perfect research subjects. Only by understanding the fundamentals of creation can we ensure perfection at the moment of everything's birth. Through my own hands, I will melt a Titan and reach the true essence of the soul.
My biggest fear. It's come true. After going through his notes, I think I can piece it all together now. Anaxa was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation.
Do you mean he's trying to reconstruct human souls alchemically?
Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something he had to keep hidden from others. Compared to his public speeches, this is the real blasphemy. Oh, I just thought of something.
What's wrong?
Do you remember when the Black Tide was approaching? The Grove had planned to send Cersei's core flame to a safe place.
And Anaxa lost his
life?
life?
But an accident happened along the way, and Anaxa lost his life in the process.
But Cersei's took over his body and resurrected him, which led to the situation we're in now.
That's right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the core flame of reason wasn't an accident?
What do you mean?
Put yourself in his shoes. Knowing that the Black Tide was closing in and your time was running out, what would you have done?
I'd put my theories to the test, no matter the cost.
Exactly. When the Black Tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the Luminary Throne was to transmute and fuse himself with the Titan's core flame.
Did he succeed?
No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Cersei's would make a similar decision.
That is quite possible, because that was something that could only be implemented and known after the fact.
The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away. His research is still ongoing.
Could he have taken them for another purpose?
Like what? There's only one Titan left in the world now.
And that's where he is. And that's where he is.
No. No way.
To conceive an entity of perfection, one must first understand the principles of creation. If Anaxa is in Akama now, then that means
he's after Kefali.
Yep. And he's fucking there right now.
Sir, this sky above us.
It's not real.
Not real,
yep.
Is it?
Of course not. This is just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about the night sky, astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power to manipulate the light, projecting the nights of the past here for you. Much like how the sky above the Holy City is also illuminated by Kefali's dawn device.
So, the skies of Akama are fake too.
You mustn't conclude that, Anaxa. You should know that only a child would expose a trick and be proud of it. Often people know more than they let on. They simply choose to feign ignorance because they have no other choice.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We've already walked out of the firelit cave of ignorance. We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules. Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what they allow us to see. Rather than gazing at this mockery of a night sky fabricated by them for the rest of my life, why shouldn't I be the one to take control of the projection device instead?
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of doubt in my heart, child. Many a night, I find myself penning down all my theories and wild ideas, only to burn them to ashes when I open my eyes in the day.
Why? Because we'll face death by burning if word gets out?
As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has already become inextricably linked to the great tree.
Even the tree
Every
itself.
word I say and every move I make is certain to influence every leaf, every branch, even the tree itself. But above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them. The golden blood in my veins is woefully thin, and I am loath to waste what little time I have left obsessing over a hypothesis that cannot even be proven in the first place.
Or at least it would be very hard to prove.
But I can, sir. I can do it for us. The time is right. Give me all that I need, and I shall accomplish this grand feat on your behalf.
You're right. I shall do just that. In the next meeting of the sages, I will spare no efforts fighting for the rights you deserve.
How did that turn out?
Go. Establish your own school of thought. Find out what we are.
What we are.
Become the one who conquers the ultimate truths of the world.
Child of humanity. You didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali. Just ask him a few questions, did you?
So, you figured it out. If I were as foolish as a Dromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic wisdom. Well, sorry to disappoint, but I'm no Dromus. Alas, I am a human, standing tall on 2 feet, possessing both intellect and pride.
Before such power, does it make any difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. No. They constructed a dam that kept the roaring tide at bay, chaining down the mad Fagusa. They call me a blasphemer, Circes. But that doesn't mean I deny the existence of gods. It's just, as I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
Don't deny existence, just denies the way everyone looks at them, has a different outlook on it.
Oh, If power that rivals the Titans is what you crave, why not conform to the prophecy and brave the trial?
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titans when I can do so much more? The source of life is what I wish to grasp, to understand what makes up the soul, and to learn what we really are. Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death. But where there is death, there is life. And where there is an end, there must also be a beginning. How then is a soul born? That was the only unknown variable left in my calculations.
And by the sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
No, I have already drawn a conclusion. In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
Professor Anaxa.
Oh, Castris is here.
I'm here. Her life hangs by a thread. I must ask you to refrain from taking any unnecessary steps.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end, and give you the answer you so desire. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange, I must also demand from you what I need.
As you wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and her survival. This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life. There is no need for me to think twice.
Jeez.
I see. In that case, let the show begin.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove the nature of our existence now?
Before I begin, I must confess I had been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time. As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. They are merely two different ways of telling us about what the soul is at its core. The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now, but that's not important. What truly
the conversation between heroes.
I overheard a conversation between heroes. That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation too, Circes?
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was likely just an illusion conjured up by the mind of a dying man.
That is what you said, yeah.
Of course you would remember. Because that wasn't you.
That was Calypso.
That was Calypso. One of the 7 sages of the Grove.
Calypso?
Mm-hmm. Name ring any bells?
Huh? That's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. How do you know of it? And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the Grove's past like the back of your hand?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul. Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, it stands to reason their likenesses are of souls from the past. The living cannot step foot into that world. So who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she share your likeness? Yet you have no idea who she is. The answer is evident, is it not? Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air, and they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one. Does this answer disappoint you?
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I truly was once human, as you claim, then where do the children of humanity come from?
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to grasping Thanatos' whereabouts. How are we to find them?
I knew you would say that. But it matters not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't we have this supreme being standing before us tell us everything?
You can revive a Titan?
Oh, he's going to try, maybe.
Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve itself.
Just
the
like
solution
what you did to
is simple. Just like what you did to me. If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all within it as they once did. Simple, is it not?
You make it like you're stating it simply, but I don't. In the meantime, okay.
I have news from Hyacinth and Dan Heng. Anaxa might be trying to do something with Kefali's divine body.
Kefali? But what could Anaxa want? Is the Council of Elders going to sit around and let such a sacrilegious act unfold?
That is not possible. He is indeed the great performer, capable of fooling anyone and everyone with his tricks.
I'm sorry.
No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. Anaxa's ambitious desires will be something we can exploit. What we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kainis is up to, and react accordingly to thwart her plans. Being Akima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods. Become the next challenge you ought to overcome. Till then, it's best to get used to this place as soon as possible.
Come find us anytime you need something.
Preposterous! The Christos heirs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders. How dare they trample over it?
Yeah, goddamn, how dare they? Wow, these people are shooting daggers with their eyes.
It's been a while.
Hey, Kratos. Oh my god. Hello, Oleg of Amphoreus. But we've never met. I'm thinking about it too. Technically, yeah, they never met. At most, we've heard of Kratos, but I don't think we've actually been formally introduced in any capacity, if I'm remembering right. But I'm going with my heart, and this is just funny.
What is that supposed to mean? Is this really the sort of person that the young lord praised as a ferocious warrior?
Hey, you know, sometimes being random can help you a lot.
It has indeed been some time, Lord Kratos. What brings you here in such haste?
Shh, keep it down. Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for Kainis. I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low. Unless you're itching for a bloody fight to get a workout in.
That might not go well, because that would just play into her kind of like palms there.
My bad. So, did something happen?
Did you hear thunderclaps last night?
We have so many, like, kind of serious-ish answers, and then there's, hooray, it's Acheron! Someone's coming to save us! Though I wonder, would Acheron be able to find this place? Because with us, we needed someone from the Garden of Recollection.
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife. They are a message from the young lord. He threw a spear bearing several words at Akama.
Watch out. The Flame Reaver
he's
is
back. Yep, not gone. I didn't think it was going to be that simple.
I guessed as much. We didn't actually kill them back at the Kremnos Arena.
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you plan to take that thing down in a battle, reach out to me anytime.
You have my gratitude. I will let Aglaya know about this right away.
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That vicious kindness has been unusually active lately.
She currently has confidence to do it.
Those lackeys she keeps undercover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the council.
What?
How dare you?
That's...
Looks like you can see it for yourself.
We should get back. Thank you for the intel, Lord Krateros.
Okay, we're on our side. Yeah. We're gonna do these pulls, and then I guess part 2, which hopefully, considering we're 3 hours in, just about, maybe we can finish it off next time. Like, I'm willing to sit through a longer session if it's even longer, but yeah. Time to do some pulls. We started this with pulls, and then we're ending it. All for Castris, who, like, she wants her answers, and then now she also has our situation. Like, I can't... And then poor Hyacinth, too, with the revelations about Anaxa. Like, just how far, like, the title he's got, like, how far it actually reaches. Like, not just in his beliefs, but in his actions. Okay. Odds are is I'm not getting in early, which is why I'm saying I might not even get Castris again. To be fair, Bronia was like 3 in. Oh, that was an early 4-star. And then another 4-star. Thank you. This is basically a mini scale of Firefly. And we're almost gone. Wait! That's like... That was like 40. That was 40 in. Hanya. I'm bamboozled. I'm absolutely stumped. Let's go in for more because I'm crazy. Wait! Excuse me? Excuse me. Yo! What's happening? Hi, Lynx. Oh my... What the heck? Oh. Like, genuinely, what was that? I was like stumped by an early, like at 40, and then in comes Castrus like, hey, it's a 50-50 win, and it's back to back, not even 10. Okay, here's the, oh, I already, that was a quick last, only 8. I won't do it. Maybe later. Okay. I'm sorry that. What? That was just unreal.
No matter how cold the other side is, there will still be the scent of flowers.
Hoyo, I don't know what I did, but thank you. I got E2 casters way faster than I did for the only other person I pulled this much for. And then, yeah, this is the talent, and then incoming healing, 20%, and then skill, and then... Okay. I do think I'm calling it on that for now. There's probably only so much luck in the world. And I do have some adrenaline going from that little back-to-back jump scare. But, yeah. We have, I imagine, a decent bit left in the story to go. The revelations of Anaxa's plan and how he's gonna pull it off. And then we still have yet to run into the situations quite yet. I imagine we're coming up close to it that we saw in the trailer. So, a lot to come. And also, I didn't show it off earlier because, you know, stream died. But yeah, when I got Bronya back to back with Castrus, it was E5. I get a lot of Bronya. But, okay. Again, that will be that. But yeah, sorry to cut this off abruptly. Again, I should hopefully be basically next time streaming, which should be either later today my time, since it's 5 a.m. It'll probably be around 11 or 12 my time again. But if not, same day today for me, for sure tomorrow. So that will happen because I am excited to finish the story, see where this part ends up, see what type of cliffhanger they can leave us on again, and just figure all this stuff out. Thank you all for joining me on this very interesting journey where they start off by telling us we've been dead this whole time. Anyways, you guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. It's the first time in a good hot minute, for Star Rail content at least, that you guys are actually getting a part pause right when I actually stop. Usually I do this all in one go and will release for the patch before this. So what I should hopefully start uploading to you guys maybe the minute I wake up from my stream session now. So I guess now you know when I started uploading process. So all of that should be out, and then hopefully I can get you this part, and then obviously by the time you get this, I've well past finished it. Hopefully, it's been a great time, and let me know your thoughts so far. And I wish you all amazing luck, even if it's not for Castris, if it's for someone else. I wish you all the best. Till next time, bye bye.